Hey everybody, welcome to Pack 1 Pick 1 number 200 on the Mana Leek. I'm John as always. We've got ourselves some more Core Set 2020. It's around for a surprising length of time more before we get our hands on Throne of Eldraine. We're going to crack this pack open, see what's in it, and see what we would take Pack 1 Pick 1 if this was a draft. Every week, these packs are sponsored by the fine folks over at patreon.com/manaleek. If you're a backer at the $5 level or above, you get in each week to get all the cards out of this pack, or none of the cards, some of the cards, whatever you happen to want. Not every pack is amazing. This week, it's going to go to Allison W, so they can let me know what cards they want, if they want any. It's been a while since we've opened a good card. Let's get a foil good card, whatever a good card is from this set. Up first is Fire Elemental. Fire Elemental is 3 red for a creature elemental. It's a 5/4. That's it. It's not great in most sets. This set, it has a relevant creature type, so it's fine, but you can get better cards and you're never first picking it. Up next is Inspired Charge. Inspired Charge is 2 white for an instant. Creatures you control get +2/+1 until end of turn. It's not great because white is not great, but if you are going wide in white, well, this is kind of your Hail Mary to hope that you win. So you'll know when you want to play this, but in general, you just avoid white in this format. So we're never first picking this anyways, but we're hopefully not playing it either. Up next is Brightwood Tracker. Brightwood Tracker is 3 and a green for a creature elf scout. It's a 2/4. Pay 5 and a green to look at the top 4 cards of your library. You can reveal a creature card from among them, put them into your hand, and then put the rest on the bottom in a random order. This is okay. It's a 2/4 for 4, which is fine enough stats, and 6 mana is a lot to activate this, but you'll frequently get there in this format, and digging for creatures may keep you alive later in the game. So I find that most green decks are okay with one of these. It's not a huge pickup, and it's not the worst thing in the world if you just don't have one, so not a first pick. Up next is Audacious Thief. Audacious Thief is 2 and a black for a creature human rogue. It's a 2/2. Whenever it attacks, you lose a life and you draw a card. This card's great. This card's really good. At the worst, you just suicide this into a 3/3 and draw yourself a card and it dies. Big whoop. But if you have any way of sneaking this through with like a Goblin Smuggler or killing their blocker and then attacking with this, you're going to get some real value out of this card. Audacious Thief's great, and I wouldn't hate first picking it. I'd prefer better cards, but it's currently the first pick. Up next is Winged Words. Winged Words is 2 and a blue for a sorcery. This spell costs 1 less to cast. If you have a creature with flying in play, draw 2 cards. It's literally better Divination. Divination is trash in comparison to this card. This card's great. This format really is about drawing cards. It's about card advantage. It's about having more resources than your opponent, which would make Divination a very solid card already. The fact that this could cost 2 mana if you have flyers, which you very likely will, is great. Love Winged Words. I would not love if I ever had to first pick it, so it's not going to stay in frame, but I do love the card. Up next is Unholy Indenture. Unholy Indenture is 2 and a black for an enchantment aura. Enchant creature. When the enchanted creature dies, return it to the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it. You can put this on your opponent's creature and then kill their creature and then get it back under your control. But that's taking a lot of cards and that's requiring a lot of stuff to go right in order for that to happen. And you don't even know what creature you're going to get because who knows who you're playing. Maybe you're playing an opponent who has a fancy big cavalier or something that you're going to be happy to grab. Maybe you're playing an opponent who is playing a bunch of little middling red small creatures and going to kill you fast. So I'm not a fan of that plan. I'm not a fan of the plan of putting this on my own creature. I'm not a fan of playing this card ever. I would never pick this card. I would never play this card. Certainly not a first pick. Up next is Griffin Sentinel. Griffin Sentinel is 2 and a white for a creature Griffin. It's a 1/3 with vigilance and flying. Unfortunately, white is not great in this format. This creature is not that great anyways, but it is an okay blocker while still getting in for a damage a turn, hopefully. But something probably went wrong if you're having to play this card, and you're never first picking it. Up next is Agonizing Siphon. Agonizing Siphon is 3 and a black for a sorcery. Agonizing Siphon deals 3 damage to any target, and you gain 3 life. It's totally solid. It's good removal. It's not unconditional, but it's good. It's sorcery speed, but it's good. It would actually be an interesting discussion between Audacious Thief and Agonizing Siphon, and I don't necessarily know what the correct one is, but I think that's a first pickable card. Another first pickable card, let's get some more room and frame here, is Frostlinks. Frostlinks is 2 and a blue for a creature elemental cat. When it ETBs, you get to freeze a creature. You tap it and it doesn't untap during the controller's next untap step. Frostlinks is great. It's an elemental, which means it's even relevant creature type in this set. Frostlinks is just a super solid card, and I would be happy first picking this out of a pack as well. So let's make some more for room. Up next is Pack Mastiff. Pack Mastiff is 1 and a red for a creature hound. It's a 2/2. Pay 1 and a red, and each creature you control named Pack Mastiff gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Totally solid collect 'em all card. It fills up the mono red deck or even any sort of red aggressive deck. It's a solid creature. It's just not a first pick, especially not against an already somewhat stacked pack. Up next is Pulse of Marasa. That looks like 10 commons. No foil in this pack. Pulse of Marasa is 2 and a green for an instant. This is the thing that I forget about. It's an instant. Return target creature or land card from a graveyard to its owner's hand. That's probably going to be your graveyard. You gain 6 life. This card's surprisingly playable. The games go long, your creatures die, you want to get it back. 6 life can be relevant, and the instant speed is what super saves this. It's a fine card. It's just not a first pick, and definitely not against this pack. Our second uncommon is Aethergust. Aethergust is 1 and a blue for an instant. Choose target spell or permanent that's red or green. Its owner puts it on the top or bottom of their library. They are always going to choose top. Why would they ever choose bottom? This card's not great. I much prefer Fry and Devout Decree and really all of the other Color Hoser sideboard cards than this one. I'd still side it in because it's still a Grip Tide for 2 mana against a red-green deck, but it's not one that I'm going out of my way for, and you're never first picking a sideboard card anyways. Our final uncommon is Retributive Wand. Retributive Wand is 3 generic mana for an artifact. Pay 3, tap it to deal 1 to any target. When it enters, or when it is put into your graveyard from the battlefield, it deals 5 damage to any target. Yes, you can do cute stuff with like Destructive Digger or playing Disenchant, but it's a lot of setup and a lot of stuff has to go right for you to really get there with this. This is just a whole lot of mana that I don't want to spend on a card. I'm never playing Retributive Wand. I'm never first picking it. Our rare is Chandra's Regulator. Chandra's Regulator is 1 and a red for a legendary artifact. When you activate a loyalty ability of a Chandra Planeswalker, you may pay 1. If you do copy that ability, you may choose new targets for the copy. Pay 1, tap it, discard a mountain card or a red card, draw a card. I haven't played with this. I haven't seen anybody play it. Obviously, it's really good if you have Chandras, and if you don't have Chandras, it's just sort of looting, but you can't always loot. You can only loot when you're throwing away a red or mountain card. So I'm not sold on first picking this, not against these 3 good cards, but maybe this card's good. Let me know if you've had experience with it, but it's going to follow the frame here. We get a Forest, and we get a Wolf. So we're really looking at Agonizing Siphon, Audacious Thief, or Frostlinks, and that's a really tough choice. My instinct is just take the removal, but I really like Frostlinks. I think Audacious Thief is going to be out of frame here, but I'm going to go with my instinct and take Agonizing Siphon. But let me know what you would have taken. Would you have taken the Lynx? Would you have taken the Audacious Thief? Have you played Chandra's Regulator and you know it's good? Let me know what you would have taken in the comments down below. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, you can find me over on Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook. You can find me at patreon.com/ShamanaLeek if you want to become a backer at the $5 level or above and get your chance to get these cards like Allison did this week. And you don't have to do $5. You can do 3, 4, 2, 1, 17,000 a month. I don't care. I'm not going to stop you. If you do hit $60 lifetime, whether that takes you 1 month or 60 months or whatever, you get one of these ManaLeek playmats from Inked Gaming. You can go over to inkedgaming.com and use the promo code ManaLeek10, all one word, 10 is the number, to get 10% off your order and to help the channel out that way. And the easiest way for you to help out is that thumbs up, that subscribe button, and telling your friends. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, let me know. Otherwise, I'll see you all next time.